Welcome to Psych Academy. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of psychology and uncovering the major theories that explain human thought, behavior, and emotion. From behavioral psychology to cognitive psychology, from personality to social and biological psychology, we'll explore how each branch helps us understand who we are and why we do what we do. So, grab your notebook. This is going to be an exciting journey through the human mind. Segment 1. Theories of Psychology. Overview. Psychology isn't just about reading minds or analyzing dreams. It's a scientific study of how people think, feel, and behave. Over the years, many psychologists have proposed different theories to explain human nature. Each theory gives us a unique lens to understand the mind. These major perspectives include behavioral psychology, how our environment shapes what we do; cognitive psychology, how we process, remember, and use information; developmental psychology, how we grow and change over time; personality psychology, why each of us is so unique; social psychology, how we think and act around others; biological psychology, how our brain and body influence behavior; psychosocial psychology, how social and psychological forces shape our identity. Segment 2. Behavioral psychology. Let's start with behavioral psychology, the study of observable behavior. This theory was popularized by B.F. Skinner, John B. Watson, and Ivan Pavlov. Behaviorists believe that all behavior is learned through interaction with the environment. Remember Pavlov's dogs? He trained them to salivate at the sound of a bell. That's classical conditioning. Skinner introduced operant conditioning, where behaviors are shaped by rewards and punishments. Example: think about how children learn manners. When praised for saying thank you, they're more likely to repeat it. That's behavioral learning in action. This theory teaches us that behavior can be changed by adjusting the environment and reinforcement patterns. That's why it's still widely used in education, therapy, and even behavior modification programs. Segment 3. Cognitive psychology. Next up, cognitive psychology, the science of the mind. While behaviorists focused only on what we see, cognitive psychologists wanted to understand what happens inside the brain. Pioneers like Jean Piaget, Ulrich Neisser, and Aaron Beck explored how people think, perceive, remember, and solve problems. This field gave birth to ideas like schemas, mental frameworks, and information processing, how our brain acts like a computer. Example: when you study for an exam, you organize information in memory. How you store, recall, and apply it. That's cognitive psychology in motion. Cognitive psychology revolutionized therapy through cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which helps people reframe negative thought patterns. It's proof that our thoughts shape our emotions and actions. Segment 4. Developmental psychology. Now let's talk about developmental psychology, which focuses on growth across the lifespan, from infancy to old age. Jean Piaget studied how children's thinking evolves in stages, while Erikson emphasized psychosocial development, explaining how we face different challenges at every stage of life. Example: a teenager may struggle with identity, while an older adult may reflect on life's meaning. Both are developmental challenges. This field is crucial in education, parenting, and understanding how experiences shape personality and learning. Segment 5. Personality psychology. Have you ever wondered why two people react differently in the same situation? That's the focus of personality psychology. It explores the patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that make each individual unique. From Sigmund Freud's psychoanalytic theory, which highlights unconscious drives, to Carl Jung's archetypes, Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and Carl Rogers' humanistic approach, personality theories show us what drives our uniqueness. Modern personality psychology also includes the Big Five model, openness, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Understanding these traits helps in career choices, relationships, and self-awareness. Segment 6. Social psychology. Next, we have social psychology, which examines how individuals are influenced by society, culture, and group dynamics. Famous experiments like Stanley Milgram's obedience study and Philip Zimbardo's Stanford prison experiment showed how powerful social influence can be. Concepts like conformity, social norms, attitude change, and group behavior are key elements here. Example: why do people follow trends or peer pressure? Social psychology helps explain it. This field is essential in understanding prejudice, persuasion, leadership, and relationships, all vital for building better societies. Segment 7. Biological psychology. Now, let's look at the connection between the mind and body. That's biological psychology or neuropsychology. This branch studies how our brain, hormones, neurotransmitters, and genetics influence behavior. For instance, low serotonin levels are linked to depression, while dopamine affects motivation and pleasure. Brain scans like fMRI and PET allow psychologists to see which parts of the brain activate during emotions, decisions, or even moral judgments. This field bridges psychology and biology, showing that behavior has a physical foundation. Segment 8. Psychosocial psychology. Finally, psychosocial psychology combines psychological growth with social experience. Introduced by Erikson, it explains how our sense of identity and emotional well-being are shaped by interactions with others. For example, children develop trust when caregivers respond lovingly. Adults develop purpose through meaningful relationships and careers. Psychosocial theory reminds us that we are shaped not just by what's inside us, but by the people around us. To conclude, as we've seen, each psychological theory gives us a different piece of the puzzle of human behavior. Behavioral psychology teaches us how we learn. Cognitive psychology shows how we think. Developmental psychology reveals how we grow. Personality psychology uncovers what makes us unique. Social psychology explains how society influences us. Biological psychology connects our mind to our body. Psychosocial psychology blends our inner world with our relationships. Understanding these perspectives helps us see human behavior more completely, not as random actions, but as meaningful responses shaped by biology, experience, and society. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone passionate about psychology. This is Psych Academy, where we explore the science of the mind, one theory at a time.